Good evening, Honorary Colonel Sado, Honorary Lieutenant Colonel Claggett, and the commanding officer of the regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Clayton. It is to all members of the regiment, the association, and its supporters. I am Brian McDonald, the new president of the GGHG Association. I welcome you to our second virtual memorial dinner. It has been a trying second year for all of us, but you're beginning to see the end of COVID, and we are hoping that we will be able to meet next year in person. Please ensure that you have a drink ready for a toast later in the evening. So please sit back and enjoy the evening. Nelly Secundus.
Good evening, Horse Guards. Thank you to the Association for arranging this Memorial Day event. It's unfortunate we can't be together in person again this year, but I'm hopeful for next year. As you know, the Governor General's Horse Guards will be celebrating the 200th anniversary of the regiment in 2022. This year, however, is the 100th anniversary of the Poppy Campaign. The Great War Veterans Association of Canada officially adopted the poppy symbol in 1921, and the iconic flower has been worn in the weeks leading up to the annual ceremony ever since. Thank you for joining today. May we never forget.
Most regiments have a group whom we fondly refer to as the Greybeards, a group that have served the regiment before us and carry forward the wisdom and knowledge of past lessons and traditions for the benefit of those that are currently serving. When I joined the regiment in early 1990s, there was a triad of individuals that were clearly our Greybeards: Colonel Peter Hunter, Colonel Jeff Dorfman, and Colonel David Friesen. It was with great sadness and loss that we heard of the last of these three great men passed away in February of this year. David's passing marked the end of a special era of wisdom, knowledge, and passion of the regiment. To say the regiment is emptier without David is an understatement. Born in 1938, David grew up in Montreal, moved to Toronto, where he ultimately attended the University of Toronto and earned his civil engineering degree, graduating in 1961. Upon graduation, David joined the Governor General's Horse Guards. David was a role model of the citizen soldier, where he found the skillful balance between the regiment, his civilian career, and his family. Working at first at Clarkson and Gordon and then Rogers Communication, David's civilian career culminated as the president of U.S. operations for Rogers Communication. Equally impressive was David's career with the Horse Guards. After joining at the age of 23, David moved up through the officer ranks to become our commanding officer, then upon retirement from the military continued to serve as regimental trustee, chairman of the board, honorary lieutenant colonel, and finally honorary colonel. For over 60 years, David faithfully and generously served our regiment, and his contributions are still felt today. While as impressive as David's successes were in the military and his civilian career, David was also a husband, father, and grandfather. He's dearly missed by his wife Marilyn and his entire family. David was a quiet, intelligent, and caring man that had a great passion for the outdoors, travel, and history. It was our regiment's history that would often bring David so much pleasure over the years, and thankfully, we were the recipients of this passion. Whether it was guiding us through the hills and valleys of Italy, or walking the hallowed grounds of Flanders, or his countless hours working to create the Regimental Museum, David's tremendous knowledge, excitement, and understanding of our regiment's history is in part what made David such a valued graybeard. As we all virtually gather this year for our memorial ceremony, in order to remember all those that have served and continue to serve, I would ask that you, when you pause to remember those that are no longer with us, to remember this extraordinary horse guard and the many, many ways he has touched our lives and made this regiment nulli secundus. Thank you, Colonel David Friesen, for your service.
honor of the Governor General's Horse Guards. South Africa, 1900. Private F.C. Page, MID. World War I. 839 men of the 4th Canadian Mounted Rifles lost in France and Flanders. World War II. Captain E. R. Eaton, Lieutenant J. L. Chesney, Lieutenant J. F. Clark, Lieutenant F. V. Clapp, Lieutenant F. J. Coleman, Lieutenant F. D. Friend, Lieutenant G. D. Gibson, Lieutenant J. B. McBride, Lieutenant L. F. McCormack, Lieutenant J. M. Murray, Lieutenant E. A. Rodman, Lieutenant G. C. Yavis, Trooper K. L. Abercrombie, Trooper A. J. Anderson, Trooper W. Almond, Trooper C. L. Axtell, Trooper V. D. Badgley, Trooper R. E. Balfour, Trooper W. A. Beeswax, Lance Corporal G. Bohas, Trooper J. C. Brockbank, Trooper N. L. Cameron, Trooper W. H. Campbell, Sergeant A. E. Chambers, Trooper G. L. Glass, Trooper H. Conn, Trooper H. E. Cook, Trooper J. P. Copeland, Trooper C. H. Craig, Lance Corporal H. F. Deschênes, Sergeant A. B. C. Dalton, Trooper L. F. Eaton, Trooper C. Fairhead, Trooper J. M. Getty, Corporal J. Gilbert, Sergeant E. Gillum, Trooper W. H. Goodall, Trooper L. E. Graff, Lance Corporal T. M. Hackett, Corporal G. Hadley, Trooper G. E. Hayward, Trooper J. F. Hanley, Trooper W. A. Henderson, Lance Corporal C. B. Henry, Trooper S. W. Hill, Trooper H. R. Holmes, Trooper K. W. Innes, Corporal W. G. Johnston, Trooper L. Callback, Trooper T. M. Lade, Trooper C. M. Lampman, Trooper V. H. Lane, Trooper W. S. McLean, Trooper J. S. Moore, Trooper K. P. Morrison, Trooper F. G. Moulton, Trooper J. O'Halloran, Trooper E. F. Olney, Trooper L. C. Peltier, Trooper A. F. Perrott, Sergeant J. C. Reed, Trooper P. J. Robillard, Sergeant A. W. Rogers, Trooper C. Rumbles, Trooper T. R. W. B. Skollick, Lance Corporal C. H. Simmons, Trooper G. Snyder, Corporal H. D. Stitt, DCM, Lance Corporal J.H. Strutt, Sergeant C.G. Thompson, Trooper E. Watson, Trooper E.H. Willett, Trooper C.N. Wilson, Trooper C. Winterburn, Trooper A.C. Young. Korea 1950 to 1953, Lance Corporal J. Kennedy, Trooper J. Leckman. Greater love hath no man.
My name is Ed Stafford. I'm 100 years old. I've been a horse guard for 80 years. No regrets. I'm here today to propose a toast to our fallen comrades. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. To our fallen comrades. Mulai Secundas.
This year, 2021, has been still a trying year, but we, as Horse Guards, have been able to adapt to these changes as we have done in the past. So to those members of the regiment, the association, and those who we have lost over the past year, Honorary Colonel, Honorary Lieutenant Colonel, Commanding Officer of the Regiment, RSM, members of the regiment and association, please join me in a toast to the regiment. to the regiment.
My fellow Horse Guards, once again it is my privilege to respond to the toast of the regiment on this, the 58th anniversary of the first memorial dinner. I look forward to a time where we can get together in person, break bread, and raise a glass together once again. I want to thank the Association President, Brian McDonald, and the Executive for all their hard work over the last year on behalf of the soldiers of the regiment. From the support they provide to our deployed troops to the annual award of the Junior Ranks Bursary, our association always has the best interests of the serving members in mind. After another challenging year, it finally seems that we have begun to put the pandemic squarely behind us. To the best of my knowledge, no Horse Guards have contracted COVID-19 since last spring, and the vast majority of us have been double vaxxed at this point. Last summer saw over 40 of junior soldiers participate in the full-time summer employment program, with dozens of others attending or instructing on career courses in Ontario or once more down at the Armoured School in Gagetown, New Brunswick. Members of the band and the cavalry troop resumed public ceremonial duties once again by playing a prominent role at the Queen's Plate in late August. The regiment as a whole resumed in-person training just after Labor Day, and A Squadron has since participated in a series of collective training exercises, including our first field training exercise since November 2019. In September, a number of Horse Guards participated in exercise Iron Warrior, a grueling 50-kilometer physical and mental test of endurance. Their high degree of physical fitness and team spirit drew the personal attention of both the commander of 2 Brigade as well as the commanding officer of the Royal Canadian Dragoons. In the coming days, we will also see the resurrection of the commemorative service at St. James Cathedral on Sunday afternoon, November 7th, and the Unit Remembrance Day Parade at the Tank Monument in York Cemetery on Thursday morning, November 11th. I'm also pleased to see that the preparations to mark the 200th anniversary of the origin of the regiment are well underway, and 2022 is shaping up to be a milestone year on all fronts. Once again, I couldn't be more satisfied of the performance of our soldiers this year. Their hard work, professionalism, and good humor continue to impress all they encounter. Throughout the last year, despite the pandemic, Horse Guards continue to deploy overseas in such places as Kuwait, Iraq, Jordan, Ukraine, and the Sinai Peninsula in Egypt. Others continue to volunteer for such missions at a rate not seen since the height of the Afghan War. This Remembrance Day, I'd like you to think of them and their families, as well as their surviving veterans and honored dead, lest we forget. Please continue to stay safe and take care of one another. Mele Secundus.
Fellow Horse Guards and friends, this concludes the virtual presentation of our 50th Annual Memorial Evening. On behalf of the Executive of the Governor-General's Horse Guards Association, thank you for your attendance. We all look forward to that time when we can again resume our live gatherings at Denison Armory. For all the details regarding our upcoming Remembrance Sunday and Remembrance Day, please visit the Association's website at www.ggHgassociation.com. Wherever you may be, stay safe, and until we meet again, Mele Secundus.